I'm standing in the original location of the St. Mark's staple, Posey's Oyster Bar. The original building was torn down in 2011, but now a local businessman is bringing it back. But it's moving over a couple dozen feet. I'm Serena DeVanzo in the St. Mark's neighborhood. The new owner is working on preliminary designs for the new Poseys that will sit right here in town. Bobby Brooks, a St. Mark's local, calls Posey's a classic place to just go and hang out on the weekends. Posey's had been in St. Mark's from 1929 till its demolition in 2011. With its demolition, many thought it was a distant memory, but knew Bobby Brooks owned the land it was on.
You know, a lot of the locals kept, once they knew I owned all the property, they would say, "You ever going to bring Posey's back?" And I just kept mulling it over for the last couple of years. And then John and I have talked about it, and he says, "I'm all for it, and you can use the name." And I think I may actually have the old sign secured too, so I can put the old sign on the building.
Neighbors said it had a great atmosphere and great live music that made it the staple it was. Stanley West said he's excited to see it come back, but concerned of how it'll do as it won't be the same as it was.
It'll be cool. I don't know if it'll work because it'll be a different ball game for them. They're going to be up in the air, a long ways up in the air. So it'll be just a different atmosphere. But Posey's we all grew up in Posey, so it was kind of neat to hear it a little bit. And then I just don't know for them how that is going to work out until they get it done.
Other neighbors shared the same sentiment and even had suggestions to help it succeed.
I think if they could try to replicate the building, that would be a pretty good move for them. And I think the local people accept it if it's, you know.
However, Brooks says it won't be the same due to building codes.
And there were some quirky things that can't be either, like in the men's room. Of course, you never go to the men's room, but it was a big trough filled with ice, and that was the urinal. So, you know, people have asked me, "You going to bring that back?" I said, "I don't think the health department's going to allow that anymore."
Both West and Lynn say that they are interested in seeing how this new Posey's will try to bring back the old Posey's atmosphere. Brooks says if there's no delay, he hopes he'll be up and running by the end of 2027. In St. Mark's, Serena DeVanzo, ABC 27.